Okay, let's look at some optics here. Here's a beautiful old camera by Kodak, and the reason I wanted to shoot this video is the attention to detail and the proud engineering and construction that went into things in the way back days. There's not a lot of really nice fine touches on things these days, and these old cameras really show it off. So it's functional. It's got a strap on it so you can carry it around, and it's kind of a self-contained thing, which is nice. And there's this little lever here to open it up. Of course, it says Kodak, and they used the really nice font back then. And it won't open up because there's a latch. So you press the latch, and the camera will open up. Let me zoom out a bit here. Oops. And it locks when you open it up. Now this little opening tab serves two purposes. One is that it allows you to grab it to open it up, but it also serves as a stand. So when you open it up, it stays nice and flat. So really attention to engineering detail. But look at the beauty of this thing. Everything about it just screams quality. There's a little rail here, a little rail system, and you reach in and you pull this out, and then the whole camera bellows out and locks in place. So now it's a complete camera. Let me change the angle a bit here. So what do we have going on here? Well, we have a lens. And we have a viewfinder. So this is the viewfinder, and it's a little right angle prism, and you look down in the prism and it shows you what you're going to be taking a picture of. There's a shutter built in. So this is cocking the shutter, and this is firing the shutter. So cock, fire. And then there's a little wheel down here that allows you to figure out the exposure. If it's a dull day, a gray day, a clear day, or a brilliant day. You didn't have a light meter, you just guessed. Really nice little plaque here, Kodak. This is a number 1A. So this is one of the first Series 3 Eastman Kodak. If you're ever in New York, go to the Eastman Kodak Museum and the place where he lived, his house. It's really, really cool. So there's also some nice attentions to detail. Everything is like nickel plated, but there's a little wheel down here. It's knurled, and it's a fine focus, so you can move this in and out. Fine focus, which is nice. So if you've ever taken a picture of a building and you tilt your camera up, you'll notice the building distorts. That's a keystone distortion. And this type of camera can get rid of that, and does that by raising the lens. So as you adjust this, it actually raises the lens up and down and allows you to change the perspective without increasing distortion. So cameras used to have things like that when they had bellows. There's a little marking here on the rail. Maybe we can zoom in a little bit on that. A little marking here for focus. So how many feet away are you? 100 feet, 25 feet, 15, 10, 8, 6. So that's your focus there. That's why this little wheel works nicely. There's a winding mechanism for the film. It's just a beautiful thing. It's just absolutely a beautiful thing. So I like these old cameras. Even the leather strap has Kodak embossed on it. A lot of attention to detail, a lot of pride that went into these things. Here's the shutter speed, 1/100th, 1/50th, 1/25th of a second. Yeah, very cool. And back then, you could actually write on the film So there's a little stylus. Can I pull the stylus out? Sometimes they're hard to get out. Let me see if I can. There we go. So there's a little stylus that's included on the camera, and there's a little window in the back, and you can flip down that little window with the stylus, of course, and then you could actually mark on the film somehow. I'm not sure how that worked, and then you could flip it back up again, so you could say, "Oh, that was Grandma," or I don't know, whatever. So nice that hasn't been lost. Uh-oh, there we go. I'm about to lose it again. There we go. So I wanted to show you this one, and then I wanted to show you a more modern one. So I'm really impressed with the Kodak company. Too bad they're not around any longer. I don't think they're around. They're definitely not in their heyday any longer. They really missed the ticket. You know, the holy grail of Kodak was to make sure that everyone had a camera with them when they needed it. So they needed to have a ubiquitous camera. And now that cell phones are everywhere, you know, Kodak was nowhere to be found, and they just didn't want to play the game. It was really, really sad. They had some really good technology that they could have put into cell phones, and they just missed the boat. All right, so the next camera I wanted to show you went with the theme of being beautifully engineered. Now this is a Polaroid camera, a different company, but look at the craftsmanship. Look at the attention to detail and the pride that they had in this thing. You know, it's all stainless steel with these leather insets. They're just beautiful leather. It's just a work of art. It really is a work of art. And the way this thing works is you grab it and you pull it up, and it turns into a camera. Oops, there. We'll put it this way. Well, let's see. Camera angle's over here. So it's just so cool. I think this thing won a whole bunch of awards when it first came out for the design and everything. So not only is it just a thing of beauty, the optical engineering that went into this thing is really cool. The film is down in here. There's a door that opens up, and you insert the film cartridge. Film and battery were together, and when you took a picture, it spit out the picture instantaneously. Yeah, it's really, really cool. So if you've never seen one of these, you know, the lens is in front and the viewfinder is actually here. And so the person, oops, got to zoom out a bit. The person looked into the viewfinder here, and it goes into a mirror that reflects it down onto the film. So you're seeing what the camera sees, and the lens comes in and reflects off of this back surface, which is a mirror that reflects it down to the film. So the film sits down here, and yeah, it's a marvelous piece of engineering.